And I'm actually really excited about our next guest because I think he brings another dynamic to the receiving room as well. So this was a resounding yes for me.
Yeah, let's welcome in our next guest, Jacoby Jones, transfer from Ohio. Welcome into Sons of UCF Live, Jacoby. Welcome to UCF.
What's good, man? How y'all doing?
So glad that you are here. Usually we ask why UCF, but I want to go a little bit before that. What was your thinking in entering the transfer portal? When do you start to think about such a big decision?
It probably started around April, and the year prior to the year before, I had a great year. And last year I did suffer, a big time injury. But really the main thing was for me was like, this was going to be a big year. I had 1 year left, and it was an opportunity really for me to prove myself. And I was like, all right, how can I show people that I am who I really, who I say I am? And I feel like, making a jump, going up a conference, to be able to put my talent on display, it's really going to look good. So around April is when this decision really came to my head.
And when you decide to do that, what's that experience like then? Does your phone just start lighting up? How does it go being contacted by different schools?
Yeah, it was pretty chaotic. So around that time, like, I still had classes and stuff that I had to get done back at Ohio. So I was getting crazy amount of DMs and phone calls and stuff like that. So it was really chaotic. So for me, like, I'm a very simple guy, and I really didn't want to be in the portal that long. So it was like, whoever could come up to me up front and, put everything out, in front so I could really just see how everything was. That's really where I wanted to go. But it was crazy when I first hit the portal.
Well, Jacoby, at some point your phone lights up and it's a 407 area code and it's somebody from UCF in Orlando. What made that a call you wanted to take? And what ultimately made you say to yourself, hey, UCF's really a school I need to consider?
So KJ Jefferson, he's from Sardis, Mississippi. So that's like 45 minutes away from where I stayed. So it's like I actually played against him in high school, and I seen some of the things that he was capable of. So when I got a call from UCF, and I actually had some family members that was like, "Hey, like, KJ Jefferson, he went there." So I was like, "For real?" So, us coming from that same background, like I knew automatically, coming from Mississippi, you got to have heart and you got to be a dog, a competitor. And I just knew off rip, like, that's a quarterback that I want to come play with.
Did you get a chance to visit UCF? If so, what was your experience like when you got to go to campus?
Man, it was nice. I did get a chance to visit, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was crazy. Being at Ohio University in Athens, like, it was a good school and a good environment, but you just can't beat Orlando, Florida. I mean, it's just a different atmosphere.
What is the conversation with coaches? A big part of the marketing campaign is where the world vacations. How much is that a part of the conversation? The sun, the proximity to the beaches, the theme parks, all there is to do in Orlando. And you saw the campus. It looks, pretty beautiful in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, especially for me being in Ohio. I mean, I was born and raised in Mississippi, so I'm used to being out. Like I'm outside right now, getting some sunlight and some fresh air. So like moving from Mississippi to go to Ohio, where it's normally way colder than Mississippi. I did want to go to a place where it kind of was kind of reminiscent of being at home. So Florida is just as hot, if not hotter than Mississippi. Sunlight, and it just has more to offer, more opportunities, just a lot of things. And I kind of feel like for me, with my last year, I did want to kind of go to a place, where I can experience some different things and kind of get around, some guys and just this program, I went to Ohio. We had a chance to compete for a MAC championship 2 years ago. At Northwest, I won a national title and a state title. So it's like I wanted to go to a place where I believe we had a chance to win. And I really feel like, with all the pieces that's kind of coming together, this was the best opportunity that I had to go get a ring for my last year.
And no disrespect to the MAC, but when a Big 12 school like UCF comes calling, you've got to listen to that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's not even a question.
All right, Jacoby, give UCF fans a scouting report. Describe your game. What can they expect to see on the field from you?
Well, I'm a big body receiver, 6'3", 230 pounds. I'm catching everything that's coming my way. I'm a willing blocker, and I just have a tenacity about myself. I kind of feel like, when you're looking at a player, when you're watching film, you need to cut on and watch every single play. And I feel like if you go back and watch my film, I show relentless effort every single play. So I really just feel like I'm gonna bring a different tenacity, some more energy to this team, to just showcase, because I always felt like I belonged. And I know that this opportunity, just being here, is really just going to push me that much more harder so that I can be, and in my head, I'm confident. And there's no knock on any receivers that's here or whatever. But it's like, I'm coming in to be a dog. So I'm ready to compete, and I'm ready to, be the best receiver here.
How much did the sort of the Gus Malzahn offense? Obviously, it's kind of up tempo, high power. Obviously, you know KJ a little bit. How much did that offense and sort of the numbers that you saw receivers put up at UCF maybe last year? How much did that kind of appeal to you when you thought about what system you want to play in?
Honestly, for me, like, when I came in on the visit, we sat down, me and Coach Harris, we sat down and we watched some of KJ's film. And one thing that I liked a lot was, that he likes to get the ball around to all kinds of targets, and he's really a deep ball quarterback, and that's really like one thing that's a big part of my game. Like, I'm a big body receiver. I feel like I make 50-50 balls, 90-10 balls, so they really appeal to me. And I kind of just look back too, like, when KJ was at Arkansas, he had Traylon Burks. He was 6'1", 230 pounds. So, hey, when he looks out there, he sees Traylon Burks. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of appealed to me, and I feel like I can jump in and fulfill that role.
You mentioned injury earlier. Talk about facing adversity, having to work through overcoming an injury and getting back on the field.
Yeah, it's definitely different. And that was the first time in my life in general that I've ever had to sit out, that long for a sport. And so I would say, it definitely comes with its challenges, more mentally than physically, for sure. But I think at the end of the day, I'm a Christian man, and I have my faith strong. Jesus Christ, he never failed me. And I feel like the reason that I'm in this predicament right now is because of him. So, I just pray, I let my frustrations out and I just give it to him, and everything's been smooth. So I'd be lying if I said it was the hardest thing. It's definitely tough, but when you got God on your side, it ain't nothing that you can't get through.
Do you use it as motivation, though? New place, new teammates, new fan base, maybe something to prove in another year of eligibility?
Absolutely. I kind of just feel like, with the injury, there's a lot of, questions about, will I be able to perform, or, will I be the same? And I'm just going to be straight up. I'm not. I'm going to be way better than, any of the tape that I put on film so far. I'm confident, and that confidence is coming from, all the work that I put in, a countless amount of nights where, I've just been grinding and working, and, I got my faith and I got my trust in God. And I just know that, him landing me in this position, it was meant to be. And like I said, I always felt like I belonged here. So I'm just ready to compete. I'm ready to get to know some new guys, make new friends, and, more relationships and stuff, because that's what I really feel that this is about. But, man, I'm ready to compete, and I'm ready to do my part to make this team as good as it could be.
All right, let's get to know you a little bit off the field. What do you like to do for fun, Jacoby? You got any hobbies? You got any hidden talents? What do you like to do when you're not on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I just love family. Like, I'm a family person. So when I'm at home, I love to be around my family. A lot of the times we're just outside. We might go for a walk, shoot some basketball, shoot some hoops or something like that. Or I'm just listening to music, playing video games and stuff like that. But I'm really an active person. So a lot of the times, like, even when I'm not doing something oriented around football, like, I just like to get out. I like to go sightseeing and stuff like that, because there's a lot that this world has to offer. So, I like to get out and just see things.
How about school? What are you majoring in? What do you want to finish your degree in at UCF?
I'm majoring in exercise science. So I'm a finish. I know it's kinesiology at UCF, I believe.
Yep.
But I want to use my degree to kind of further my knowledge. I want to be a personal trainer, like a fitness, a social media influencer, to kind of build my brand because that's just something that I'm really passionate about, besides football, just exercising and staying in good shape. And, that's something that I really think that I really amassed a lot of knowledge on. So I'd rather do something that I'm passionate about instead of going further and further into my degree. And, maybe that is something that may pay more money, but, I want to do something that I love. That's why I play football. That's why I want to be a personal trainer, because those are the things that I'm passionate about.
Well, I'm sure you're in great shape as a football player, but everybody works out, has a cheat meal. What's your cheat meal, Jacoby? What's your go-to? You're gonna pack on a cheat meal. What are you going to get?
I'm gonna order from Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna get either 3 or 4 spicy chicken sandwiches, no pickles, American cheese, and either crumble cookies or insomnia cookies. And I'm gonna get a 6-pack from insomnia or a 4-pack from crumble cookies. And I'm a classic guy. I only need chocolate chip.
Seems like this has happened before, Jacoby. One last question for you. What do I got to do to get you in a UCF shirt? You got the Ohio shirt on now. Do you have UCF gear en route? I mean, is it in the closet? Like, what's the UCF gear situation?
Yeah, so, I mean, I went down on a visit. My visit was only one day, so I didn't really get a chance, and I obviously didn't commit when I was on the visit. So I'm coming down Sunday, so hopefully I'll get in contact with some guys. And
we need to get some black and gold on Jacoby. It's a much better look. No, I love the green. I love the Bobcats. I think Parker Navarro would play with you, right? So Parker Navarro was a UCF QB, right? Did you guys get a chance to chat?
Oh yeah, that's my guy. He's a great dude. Like, I have nothing but nice things to say about him. Like, and I'm still in contact with him day from day right now. He kind of been just telling me and detailing, about his experience and stuff here at UCF, and also talking about the current situation that he has going on there. I know he has a pretty good chance of starting down there, so I wish him nothing but the best.
We're a couple weeks removed from the NFL draft. Javon Baker selected by the New England Patriots. When you see a UCF guy and that continued pipeline of UCF wide receivers into the NFL, what do you think of that?
Opportunity, if I go here and I put up good numbers, put on good tape, hey, I have just as good as a chance as anybody else to further my name and my brand, to make my dreams possible.
What's the reaction or reception you've received from coaches and players that you've heard from so far?
From UCF?
Yes.
They want me here. They want me to come in and perform. They want me to be a guy. So, I'm all in for that, and I'm just ready.
Who else really went after you? Where else were you considering besides UCF?
Arkansas was talking to me for a while. Tulane was talking to me, Southern Miss, and Coastal Carolina. And Coastal Carolina was a close one, and I feel like if things probably didn't work out here, that's probably, what would have ended up happening. But, the love and stuff that I received on the visit, I mean, it made it perfectly clear, this was the place for me. I didn't want to waste time and try to go figure something out, to go see. Like, I knew, I prayed on it. I feel like God called me here, so that's why I'm here.
You mentioned you're back Sunday. Is that a permanent, or you're just visiting Sunday? When do you officially get to UCF?
On Sunday.
Sunday. Gotcha. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you this fall for the Knights. We appreciate you spending some time with us on Sons of UCF Live. A big welcome from Knight Nation, Jacoby.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all for having me.
All right. Go Knights.